Greetings, everyone. Well, the holiday Blu-ray acquisitions updates continue. Today, we're going to take a look at a few more sci-fi titles. Well, basically 2 sci-fi and 2 fantasy. They'll, it's always sci-fi and fantasy kind of cross genres. Yeah, so we got a couple of sci-fi, a couple of fantasy to take a look at. And, yeah, so let's get right to it today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Well, where to begin? Well, I guess let's begin with a couple of Blu-rays I got as a gift this year. A gift from good old Mumsy. A pair of, actually a remake and a sequel to the remake that I honestly was in no big rush to see, but my mum knows that I'm a huge fan of the original movie that this is a remake of. So thought I might like to check out the remake. I don't know that she's actually seen them, so she didn't really know from personal experience whether or not they were any good. I know I heard kind of mixed reviews, but yeah, let's take a look. What are they? What am I talking about? We have Clash of the Titans. Yes, because as you know, I'm a huge fan of the original Clash of the Titans, Ray Harryhausen's final film before he retired. Love this movie. Love it. And so much so that I was really wary about seeing this one. I have not actually watched it yet, but I've decided that rather than looking at it as a remake of my beloved, childhood favorite, I'm going to look at it simply as a new interpretation of the ancient Greek myths and legends of yesteryear. I think that's the best way to approach it, because I know that while it does share some similarities with the original, it does take things in its own direction quite a bit as well. So, yeah, maybe just enjoy it on its own, I mean, it's definitely a movie I had every intention of checking out eventually anyway, simply because I'm a huge fan of the old Greek myths. So, it was inevitable that I would get it in some form at some point. I was actually quite impressed that Mum managed to find it with the slipcover, which was quite nice. And it's actually a nice slipcover as well. It's all embossed and shiny and stuff like that. And there you go. Quite snazzy. This is, of course, not the 3D version. My understanding is basically don't bother with the 3D version because it's a really notoriously awful post-conversion. Whereas, it came out shortly after Avatar, and, other studios hadn't quite started using the proper 3D cameras yet for their 3D movies, so they would just film something in 2D and then post-convert it quickly to cash in on the success of Avatar and the birth of the current 3D craze. Nowadays, things are a lot more refined, and post-conversion seems to be a little bit better. For example, you may have noticed my videos this year I've been doing in 3D, and they're all post-converts. I'm basically just, when I upload them, YouTube has an option where it says, please make this 3D. So I was like, okay, whatever. And I took a look at a couple of them. I have, here, I'll show you. I have, oh, wait a minute. That one's falling apart. I have a few pairs here. Ah, there we are. Yeah, I have a few pairs of Spy Kids 3D glasses. These are actually from the theatrical presentation, and they fit nicely over my glasses, so whenever I want to watch something in anaglyph 3D anyway, I can just use these. And I find these work really well for the, the red and blue YouTube 3D videos. Yeah, and as far as post-conversion goes, I think it's actually not too bad. Like, you do get a bit of a sense of depth, with different stuff. I find with the red and blue style of 3D, you don't really want to move things around too quickly. You just kind of want to keep things. See, if I put that there, you might see a little bit of depth. This is, of course, assuming that you're watching this in 3D. If you're not, then you're just looking at me move my stuff around and act strange. Anyway, Apparently the 3D post-convert of Clash of the Titans is garbage, so don't bother with it. And I'm quite content with that anyway, because, you know, the original was 2D, so I'll just watch the new one in 2D as well. So anyway, of course, getting Clash of the Titans, we also had to get Wrath of the Titans. Sadly, no slipcover. I did see the slipcover kicking around in the Boxing Day sales recently, and I contemplated grabbing it just to keep the you know, the duology consistent. But honestly, the slipcover for this one is nowhere near as nice as the slipcover for this one. It's not embossed, it's not shiny, it's nothing. It's just a basic run-of-the-mill slipcover with the exact same artwork that's on the main cover. So who cares, really? It's not that big a deal. And I don't even know if I'm going to like the movies that much, so I wasn't about to spend money on them when I just got them both for free. You know, like, come on. So, yeah, anyway, Clash of the Titans and Wrath of the Titans. I think, if nothing else, it'll be a nice, fun double bill, and it'll be cool to see some of the old Greek monsters brought to life again. Of course, this time all in CG, whereas the beautiful magic of ones like this, like the original and all the old Sinbad movies and Jason and the Argonauts and whatnot that Ray Harryhausen did over the years, was that it was all done with models and stop-motion animation, which really is a much more hands-on kind of art form than CG. But that said, you know, I think this will be a fun Saturday afternoon, you know, so maybe I'll do a review, maybe I won't. I probably won't bother, but if you want to see sort of my initial thoughts, check out the my Facebook page, where I usually post kind of up-to-the-minute stuff on there. Next up, we have a pair of sci-fi movies. I don't know why I say a pair, because they're not even remotely related. Yeah. Well, first off, we have Bruce Willis in Surrogates, which I did not know is actually based on a graphic novel. I did not know this until I read the back of the cover. Now, I don't know that this one did particularly well, or that it was particularly, you know, known at the time. I remember seeing the trailer around the time that it was first coming out in theaters, and I just thought it looked like an interesting concept, and I wanted to check it out. Let me just read there's only one paragraph for the description on the back here. It says, although it starts off saying, from the director of Terminator 3. Is that really something you want to be bragging about? I don't know. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings on Terminator 3. Anyway, skipping ahead. In the not-so-distant future where people experience life through perfect surrogates controlled from the safety of their own homes, murder is a thing of the past. So it's kind of like, picture The Sims, except instead of being in a virtual world, it's actual, like, automatons out in the real world, and you just control them from home. Kind of like Second Life, as if Second Life was real. So, yeah. Murder is a thing of the past, but when a college student linked to the creator of these replicants is killed... Really, did you use the word replicants? Blade Runner fans, anybody? One FBI agent must re-enter reality and risk his life to unravel the mystery. In the battle of technology versus humanity, who can you trust? Based on the acclaimed graphic novel and exploding with unforgettable action, Surrogates is non-stop entertainment, especially in Blu-ray, trademark, high definition. Cool. 2010 Blu-ray release. Really, are they still like hyping up the fact that Blu-ray is high definition now? Like 4 years, well, at the time of this release, 4 years after it came out? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, there you go. So Bruce Willis, Surrogates. I'm a sucker for Bruce Willis. I mean, I've always been a fan of his, basically since Moonlighting back in the day. I didn't see a lot of his movies back then, and only kind of caught the occasional episode of Moonlighting. But I think it was Die Hard really cemented it for me. I thought he was fantastic in the original Die Hard movies. And, you know, I've just been a fan ever since. He's a good old-fashioned rough and tumble man's man. Just regular Joe out there righting wrongs and getting the bad guys. Yeah. Anyway, I thought it looked interesting from the trailer, so I think it was going for less than $5 on Boxing Day. So it's like, why not? Another one that was going for about $5 on Boxing Day is another sci-fi romp from hit-or-miss director Paul W.S. Anderson. We have Kurt Russell in Soldier. Now, this is one I've been wanting to check out for a while, because apparently Paul Anderson considers this something of a sequel to Blade Runner. Or not so much a sequel as much as a story set in the same universe. Now, in this case, if we were to say, just say for argument's sake, this is set in the same world as Blade Runner, this takes place on the off-world colonies, which of course we hear about in Blade Runner quite a bit, but don't really see. So Kurt Russell is basically a replicant who is a soldier, so he's kind of like the Roy Batty model. But if we listen to the back here, listen to the back. I'm just not making sense anymore. I must be going senile already. Galactic wars of the near future are fought by soldiers trained as merciless, obedient warriors, but times change. New bioengineered combatants make veterans like Sergeant Todd obsolete. Oh, okay, sorry, he's not a replicant. He's a human having to deal with his own obsolescence. But don't expect to toss Todd on the scrap heap without a fight. Fans of explosive sci-fi sagas get their viewing orders with this Hot Wire to Tomorrow adventure written by David Webb Peoples. Oh, who was one of the writers of Blade Runner. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. And directed by Paul Anderson, who did the remake of Death Race and Resident Evil Afterlife. Really, those are the best ones you can come up with. How about Event Horizon? How about Mortal Kombat? Come on, why don't you cite some of the movies that everybody really likes by him? Anyway, spectacular in scale, Soldier backs its searing action with a startling vision in which mammoth crawler vehicles roam, planetary outcasts survive amid the jetsam of Earth's past, and technology is almost beyond human control. It's a vision that's more than an eerie future. It's a total combat zone. So yeah, one of my friends, Adam Daub, also known as Isamu242, also known as Suggestive Device, also known as many other names. He's a fellow musician and sci-fi geek. He's been recommending this one to me for years. He said it's kind of one of those little unknown gems that's definitely worth checking out. And yeah, so finally picked it up. Like I said, it's about $5 on Boxing Day. Figured why not? Let's check it out. I guess we'll just take a quick look inside all the thingies here. So Soldier, we just have a plain Blu-ray there, no fancy label, nothing. In terms of extras, we've got a commentary by director Paul Anderson, co-producer Jeremy Bolt, and co-star Jason Isaacs, and theatrical trailer. Yeah, this has Kurt Russell, Jason Scott Lee, Connie Nielsen, Jason Isaacs, Michael Chiklis, and Gary Busey. Wow. Yeah, definitely got some street cred with the cast and crew there. That's pretty awesome. Then with Surrogates, not a Blu-ray combo pack, despite being a fairly recent release. It's just a regular case with nothing but a Blu-ray in it. Ain't nothing but a Blu-ray. Okay, that was really cheesy. And a non-eco pack, I noticed, which is quite nice. Although it is one of these snapper things, which we can actually fix. Some viewers actually showed me how to do that. So they actually snap. There's clips inside that let you snap it down, and then it's more or less like a regular case. So pretty cool. Then you don't have to deal with that annoying clip ever again. Now, Clash of the Titans. We of course have the beautiful slipcover, quite nice. And then inside, this is actually a combo pack. We have what, 2 discs? Yeah, so we got the digital copy, which expired. I don't even have to look. I know it's going to be expired. July 25th, 2011. There we go. This one is a dual format disc. Yes, I just wanted to double check that as I was saying it. Combo disc. It's actually the DVD and the digital copy, so that's pretty cool. Handy to have both. I do have use for the DVD copies. In particular, if I'm watching it with friends online, I can stream the DVD so they can watch it while I'm watching the Blu-ray, that sort of thing. So it's handy to have that, and also it means that it's portable. So if you know, I go over to somebody's house or whatever and they don't have a Blu-ray player, you got the DVD. Yeah, so pretty cool. Then this one has, good old Maximum Movie Mode, which if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know I really like. So Maximum Movie Mode, harnessing the gods for an immersing viewing experience of epic proportions only Blu-ray can deliver. Join Sam Worthington, Liam Neeson, Ralph Fiennes, and director Louis Leterrier on their incredible, or Terrier, I guess it is. Terry like Perrier. On their incredible journey to bring the film to life via enhanced picture-in-picture, enhanced scene breakdowns, enhanced visual effects breakdowns, on-the-spot vignettes, close-up views of the Kraken, the Scorpiox, Medusa, stunt work, filming locales, and so much more, all as you watch the movie. Plus, additional scenes. Oh, and then we got Sam Worthington, an action hero for the ages. A dedicated actor morphs into a lean fighting machine for a mythic movie. And finally, alternate ending. Perseus confronts Zeus on Mount Olympus. Very cool. Yeah, so I think that'll be fun. The kind of remake you don't want to sort of put too much into it being a remake. Just enjoy it on its own merits, I think. And then we have Wrath of the Titans. Front and back there. And inside, is this once again a combo pack? Wow, they really put no effort into this at all. Holy Moses. Yeah. Check out the disc art. Isn't that just awesome? Wow. But at least we got the combo disc here again with the digital copy, which actually doesn't expire until June 26, 2014. I think they're extending the deadlines on those now because I'm sure a lot of people were complaining. Those three of you out there who actually care about the digital copies. So anyway, yeah, so pretty cool. So we got the combo disc there and the Blu-ray. And in terms of extras here, we have maximum movie mode once again. Control your destiny and choose one of two unique experiences. Oh, this is interesting. The Path of Men or the Path of Gods. So I wonder if that gives you two completely different maximum movie modes. That would be kind of cool. Then you got storyboard comparisons, picture-in-picture, focus points, and more. So it sounds like there's not quite as many extras on here, but at least they both have the maximum movie mode, which is always fun if you like behind-the-scenes stuff. And I think that's everything. Did we do... Yeah, we did everything. Okay, there you go. I don't know where I put my glasses. Oh, they're there. Kind of blend into the carpet. So that is it for the sci-fi and fantasy. Sort of. There's I've got a couple of horror Blu-ray updates upcoming. Maybe next. Maybe we'll just jump right into those next time. But there's a couple of movies in that batch that could kind of lean towards sci-fi in some aspects. I know a couple of them at least, or I know at least one of them is the subject of much controversy amongst fans and fanboys and, well, fangirls. Let's include the ladies too. Yeah, so I look forward to all of your rage in the comments when you see that I bought this. Well, now I have to do it in the next video. What is it? What is it that's going to cause so many of you to think so little of me? Well, we'll have to take a look next time. Until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara. Greetings, everyone, and welcome. As the Blu-ray updates continue, the big holiday Boxing Day, well, I guess the sort of stretch of December. Fuck. The stretch of December fuck, yes. Welcome back. Well, let's see, where to begin? Well, I guess let's begin with,